Welcome to the Financial Sigma. In today's world, it's always a good idea to have some money set aside for unexpected expenses or emergencies. That's where an emergency fund comes in. An emergency fund is a sum of money that you save and keep aside specifically for unforeseen events, such as job loss, medical bills, or home repairs. It can provide a financial cushion and help you avoid going into debt during tough times. Building an emergency fund is an important step towards financial stability and security. Here's how to get started. Determine how much you need. A good rule of thumb is to save enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This will give you enough time to find a new job or make other arrangements if you experience a financial setback. To determine how much you need for your emergency fund, start by calculating your monthly living expenses. This includes essential expenses such as rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Don't forget to also include any debt payments or regular bills. Once you have an idea of your monthly expenses, multiply that number by 3 to 6 to determine how much you should aim to save in your emergency fund. For example, if your monthly living expenses are $3,000, you should aim to save between $9,000 and $18,000 in your emergency fund. Remember, the amount you need to save will depend on your individual circumstances. If you have a stable job with a steady income, you might be able to get by with a smaller emergency fund. On the other hand, if you're self-employed or have unstable income, you may need a larger emergency fund to give you more financial cushion. It's also important to consider any additional resources you might have available, such as a partner with a steady income or savings in other accounts. These can help supplement your emergency fund if needed. Overall, the key is to save enough to give you a financial safety net and give you time to find a solution if you experience a financial setback. Find a place to save your money. A high-yield savings account or a money market account is a good option because they offer higher interest rates than a traditional savings account. When saving for your emergency fund, it's important to choose a safe and easily accessible place to store your money. One option is a high-yield savings account or a money market account, which are both types of deposit accounts that offer higher interest rates than a traditional savings account. This means that your money will earn more in interest over time, which can help it grow faster. High-yield savings accounts and money market accounts are FDIC insured, which means that your money is protected up to $250,000 per depositor, per bank. This provides an added layer of security for your emergency fund. Keep in mind that the interest rate for these types of accounts can vary, so it's a good idea to shop around and compare offers from different banks or credit unions. Some financial institutions may also have minimum balance requirements or fees to open or maintain the account, so be sure to read the fine print before choosing a place to save your money. In addition to high-yield savings accounts and money market accounts, you could also consider a certificate of deposit, CD, or a bond fund as a place to save your emergency fund. Just be aware that CDs have fixed terms and may not be as easily accessible as a savings account, and bond funds can be subject to market fluctuations. Overall, the key is to find a place to save your money that is safe, easily accessible, and offers a good return on your investment. Set a goal and make a plan. Determine how much you can realistically save each month and set a goal for yourself. It might take some time to reach your target, so be patient and stay committed to your plan. Once you've determined how much you need for your emergency fund, the next step is to set a goal and make a plan to reach it. Start by figuring out how much you can realistically save each month. This will depend on your income and expenses, as well as your other financial goals. Consider making a budget to help you identify areas where you can cut back on spending or increase your income. For example, you might be able to save more by reducing your expenses, such as eating out less or canceling subscriptions you no longer use. You might also be able to increase your income by taking on a side hustle or negotiating a raise at work. Once you have an idea of how much you can save each month, set a goal for yourself and create a plan to reach it. Make a timeline for when you want to reach your goal and break it down into smaller, achievable steps. For example, you might set a goal to save $500 per month for the next 6 months. It's important to be patient and stay committed to your plan. Building an emergency fund takes time, and you may encounter setbacks along the way. Don't get discouraged and try to stay focused on your long-term goal. Remember, the key is to set a realistic and achievable goal, and make a plan to reach it through consistent saving and budgeting. With time and dedication, you can build a strong emergency fund to provide a financial cushion in times of need. Start saving. Make saving for your emergency fund a priority. You might need to cut back on discretionary spending or find ways to earn extra money to reach your goal. Review and adjust your plan as needed. As your financial situation changes, you may need to adjust your savings plan. For example, if you get a raise or pay off debt, you may be able to save more. To reach your goal, you may need to cut back on discretionary spending or find ways to increase your income. This could include reducing expenses, such as eating out less or canceling subscriptions you no longer use, or finding ways to earn extra money, such as taking on a side hustle or negotiating a raise at work. As you save, be sure to keep track of your progress and stay motivated to reach your goal. Consider setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account to make saving easier and more consistent. Remember, building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it's worth the effort. It can provide peace of mind and help you weather financial storms. As your financial situation changes, you may need to adjust your savings plan. For example, if you get a raise or pay off debt, you may be able to save more. Be sure to review your plan regularly and make any necessary adjustments to ensure that you're on track to reach your goal. Overall, the key is to make saving for your emergency fund a priority, and be flexible and adaptable as your financial situation changes. With consistent saving and careful planning, you can build a strong emergency fund to provide a financial cushion in times of need. Building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it's worth the effort. It can provide peace of mind and help you weather financial storms. So start saving today and take control of your financial future.